Friday night we hit the lake to drown a worm or two, but got no bites for goodness sake, well, maybe there's a few. Then I heard the weirdest thing that I've ever heard. My buddy, he began to sing the strangest of words. He said, Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then a word I'd never heard was Coocaleshmoo. Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then that kind of funny word, Coocaleshmoo. I asked him, was he feeling okay? And what in the world was that I heard you say? Was a Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, and that Coocaleshmoo? Maybe we should pack it up before I catch you too. He sat there staring into the abyss. Then he slowly turned and said, oh man, I'm making the love talk to all these fish in words only they can understand. He said, Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then a word I'd never heard was Coocaleshmoo. Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then that kind of funny word, Coocaleshmoo. At the risk of looking like a jerk, we both must have been quite a sight, but absolutely nothing else has worked. So I sat down and stared off in the night, and we said, Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then that funny word known as Coocaleshmoo. Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And now my favorite word of all was Coocaleshmoo. Now you won't believe what happened next. We caught so many I had to get to net. Believe me or not, that is all up to you. But we caught our limit thanks to Coocaleshmoo. And we said, Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And then that funny word known as Coocaleshmoo. Ricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky, Tricky Dicky Dicky do. And now my favorite word of all was Coocaleshmoo. Coocaleshmoo, Coocaleshmoo, Coocaleshmoo.